A young man suddenly wakes up inside a strong metal cage. He is completely naked and has no idea where he is or how he ended up there. When he slowly looks around, he notices many other cages nearby. Inside those cages are many unlucky people who look weak and scared. It seems clear that all of them are being kept there so they can soon be sold as slaves. However, the man named Jin does not seem worried about the situation at all. While the others look hopeless, he stays calm. After a while, a female bandit comes to the cages to give the prisoners some food. At that moment, Jin casually stands up. Without showing any effort, he grabs the metal bars of the cage and tears them apart as if they are made of paper. When the bandit girl sees him destroy the metal cage so easily, she becomes extremely shocked and frightened. Her body starts shaking because she thinks that this strange and powerful man will kill her right away. But Jin does something completely unexpected. Instead of attacking her, he calmly uses his power to heal her injuries. After that, he talks to her and learns the truth about her situation. The girl explains that she is not actually a bad person. She is only helping the bandits because they kidnapped her little brother. They threatened her and forced her to work for them if she wanted her brother to stay alive. After hearing this story, Jin immediately decides that he will deal with all these cruel bandits himself. Without wasting any time, he grabs a large metal door and smashes it forward. The heavy door flies through the air and slams directly into one of the bandits, sending him crashing away. Jin does not even seem to care that he is completely naked while fighting. He begins attacking the bandits one after another. With his incredible speed and strength, he easily defeats all of them. One by one, the bandits fall to the ground, leaving behind piles of badly beaten enemies. The shocked bandits have no chance to fight back. Jin moves far too fast, and his strength is far beyond anything they can handle. Soon, he reaches the leader of the bandits. Even though this man is considered very powerful in this world, he does not dare to fight Jin. After seeing how easily Jin defeated all of his men, the boss quickly starts begging him to stop. He nervously asks Jin what he wants. He offers money and slaves, saying that anything can be arranged, but Jin ignores his offers. He calmly finishes off the remaining bandits and slowly walks toward the leader. The bandit boss becomes confused and terrified. He cannot understand what is happening. For some strange reason, he cannot use his spirit powers at all. On top of that, this naked man standing in front of him is unbelievably strong. Jin simply looks at him with a cold expression, as if he is nothing more than a small and pathetic insect. At that moment, the bandit boss realizes that he is in serious trouble. In panic, the bandit boss suddenly turns around and runs toward another cage. Inside that cage is a dangerous monster that he has been keeping as his final weapon. The boss quickly opens the cage, believing that the monster will surely kill Jin. The monster immediately jumps forward and attacks, but Jin calmly raises his hand and blocks the monster's powerful strike with his bare hands. The bandit boss is completely shocked. He has never seen any human block a monster's attack like that before. It turns out that Jin possesses an incredibly powerful body with a superhuman constitution, but that is not his only ability. A moment later, he gathers a powerful divine energy and fires a bright energy beam that completely destroys the monster in an instant. After the monster disappears, Jin slowly turned back toward the bandit boss. Now he plans to punish this cruel man properly for everything he has done to those innocent people. But the question remains, why is Jin so powerful, and where did he get such incredible abilities? The answer goes back a very long time, 100 million years ago. At that time, a terrible disaster fell upon Earth. A mysterious virus began spreading across the planet. This virus infected animals and caused them to mutate into horrifying creatures. These monsters later became known as corruptors. The virus spread extremely fast. Within just a few years, humanity lost 99% of its population. Most people were killed by these terrifying monsters. The small number of humans who survived tried their best to fight back and protect the remaining cities. Sadly, they soon realized that normal weapons and traditional warfare could not defeat the corruptors. Because of this desperate situation, scientists began performing dangerous experiments on humans. They hoped to create someone strong enough to fight the monsters. Out of all the test subjects, only one person survived the experiments and showed real results. That person was Jin Shu. At the same time, the scientists also created a special counter-virus made of nanomachines. These tiny machines were designed to slowly repair the damaged environment of Earth and remove the corruption left by the monsters. With his newly gained superhuman powers, Jin became humanity's strongest warrior. He fought bravely to protect the last surviving groups of humans. Unfortunately, even his great strength was not enough. Humanity had already waited too long. One by one, the last remaining humans eventually died. With no people left to protect, Jin's purpose in life seemed to disappear. The very reason he was created no longer existed. At least, that is what his scientist friend Kagura believed. However, Jin did not think the same way. He believed that there was still a reason for him to live. Even though he could not save the humans of his time, he believed that his powers could help the future. Since the nanomachines were still working to clean the planet and remove the corruption left by the monsters, Jin believed that one day Earth would recover. When that day came, new life could again appear. He was ready to wait as long as necessary. So, Kagura placed Jin inside a special hibernation capsule that would keep him alive for a very long time. Jin then entered a deep sleep. While he rested inside the capsule, the monsters continued to roam freely and destroy what was left of the planet.
As time slowly passed, decades turned into centuries, and centuries slowly became thousands of years. As more time passed, the environment of the whole planet slowly began to change. The creatures that had once mutated into terrifying monsters slowly started to weaken and disappear. As they declined, new species began to appear and grow stronger. This process of evolution continued again and again for a very long time. After 100 million years had passed, the world had changed completely. At this point, the story shows three strange humanoid beings running for their lives. They look like humans, but they also have animal features. These three are desperately trying to escape from a terrifying monster that is chasing them. The frightened trio suddenly finds an old ruined building. Seeing this as their only chance to survive, they quickly run inside the ancient structure to hide. However, the monster chasing them is extremely aggressive. It crashes straight into the building and continues chasing them inside. Soon, the three survivors find themselves trapped in a corner with nowhere left to escape. At that moment, it seems certain that they are about to become food for the monster. In complete desperation, the girl in the group suddenly cries out loudly for help. She begins praying to the guardian god of their village, begging for someone to save them. Miraculously, her prayer is answered. Right behind them is an old capsule that has been sleeping silently for an unbelievable 100 million years. At that very moment, the capsule suddenly activates. The person inside finally wakes up. It is Jin. The ancient human immediately releases a powerful energy beam that hits the monster directly and destroys it on the spot. The three survivors are completely confused. They have no idea what just happened. Their confusion only grows even bigger when a completely naked man suddenly appears in front of them. The first thing this naked man does is not talk or explain anything. Instead, he immediately begins looking for his clothes. Luckily, his clothes have been carefully stored inside a special indestructible lockbox that his scientist friend Kagura created long ago. After putting on the lab's old computer systems, Jin starts checking the data inside the facility. That is when he makes an unbelievable discovery. Somehow, he has skipped forward 100 million years into the future. Most of the data inside the machines has been damaged by the passage of time. Even so, it is amazing that the equipment is still working at all. From the information he finds, it seems that the nanomachine virus Kagura created worked exactly as planned. The nanomachines slowly removed the corruptors and helped restore the environment. Because of this process, the laboratory facility was able to survive for such a long time. While searching through the lab, Jin also finds a strange communication cube left behind by Kagura. However, he does not know what is inside it yet. After that, Jin turns his attention toward the strange humanoid beings who are still standing nearby. In his excitement and curiosity, he completely forgets that he is still naked. Soon, he realizes that the people staring at him are actually children. Embarrassed, he quickly puts on his clothes. Once he is dressed, he looks exactly as he did millions of years ago. A short time later, Jin leaves the facility together with the three kids, but as soon as he steps outside, the bright sunlight shines directly into his eyes and almost blinds him. To be honest, he was not expecting to see such a beautiful and lively world. The view in front of him is incredible. The planet is full of life and greenery. It looks completely different from the ruined and destroyed world he remembered from the past. The children immediately begin walking toward their village. They excitedly tell Jin that their guardian god must come with them. Meanwhile, Jin is busy thinking about something else. He is trying to understand what kind of species these children are. According to everything he knew, humans should have disappeared long ago and turned into fossils. These humanoid beings with animal features must have evolved through millions of years of evolution. evolution. The nanomachines that repair the environment may have also influenced their development. Another strange thing is that these people are speaking the exact same language that humans used millions of years ago. This strongly suggests that they somehow evolved from the same origin as humans. Jin then introduces himself. He tells them his name is Jin Shadu and politely asks them to simply call him Jin. The girl with goat-like ears then introduces herself as Hakama Phil. The boy who looks a bit like a koala is named Danpo. The cat-like girl standing next to him is called Shandy. Hakama says they can talk more later. Right now, she urgently grabs Jin and begins pulling him along. She explains that their village is very close. She is extremely eager to bring their newly found guardian god back to their home. She believes that Jin will be able to protect their village from the enemies currently attacking them. Sadly, when they finally arrive near the village, they see a terrible sight. The entire settlement has already been attacked. Many buildings are destroyed, and several areas are burning in flames. When Shandy sees the destruction, she completely loses control of her emotions. In panic, she runs forward as fast as she can, desperately searching for her mother. As Jin looks around, he carefully studies the situation. He quickly notices something important. The village defenses are extremely weak. The walls surrounding the village and even the houses themselves are made only from simple wood. This clearly shows that this new civilization is far less advanced than the human world he once knew. As they move deeper into the village, Jin suddenly notices a woman nearby. She is desperately fighting against a strange and dangerous monster.
With just one look, Jin can clearly see that the woman fighting the monster is struggling badly. It is obvious that she is barely able to defend herself. She is trying her best to survive, but she does not seem strong enough to defeat the creature. It does not take long for Jin to notice something very important. The monster she is fighting looks exactly like the corruptors from millions of years ago. However, that is not the only strange thing he notices. Little Hakama suddenly starts using some kind of magic technique. Her body begins to glow brightly as if energy is flowing through her. Even though she tries to help, her effort is not really needed. Jin quickly rushes forward. In a single smooth movement, he delivers a powerful kick that hits the monster with incredible force. The attack is so strong that the monster is completely knocked away. Without wasting time, Jin quickly picks up the injured older woman in his arms. He moves extremely fast and carries her away from the dangerous area. By doing this, he gives Hakama the perfect chance to finish the monster. Hakama gathers her magical energy and focuses carefully. Then she releases a small fireball toward the creature. Even though the fireball looks tiny, it carries a huge amount of power. The attack hits the monster directly and finally kills it. As Jin looks at the dead creature, he quietly confirms something in his mind. His earlier guess was correct. The nanomachines that now exist in the atmosphere have removed the powerful healing abilities that corruptor monsters once had. However, there is still something that confuses him. He does not understand how a local girl like Hakama was able to use those same nanomachines. After thinking carefully, he comes up with a possible explanation. It seems that the people living in this world are somehow drawing nanomachine particles from the air around them. Then they use those particles to create attacks, very similar to the way Jin uses his own abilities. But there is one major problem with this idea. In the past, only pure humans were able to control and use that technology. Curious about this mystery, Jin decides to ask the woman he just rescued. He wonders if everyone in this era has the ability to use magic like Hakama. The woman does not fully understand what he is asking, but she still tries to answer him. She explains that only a small number of people can actually use such powers. In their culture, people believe that those who can use this ability are blessed with divine power. Only these special individuals are able to use magic. In their village, there are only 4 people who possess this special ability. After hearing this explanation, Jin quickly understands what is really happening. What these people call divine powers is simply their simple way of describing the ability to control nanomachines. At that moment, Hakama runs quickly toward the older woman. It turns out that the woman Jin saved is actually her grandmother. Hakama anxiously asks her grandmother about the other villagers. She is worried about what happened to everyone. The grandmother explains that the villagers have already escaped from the village and moved to a safe place. When the children hear this news, they feel extremely relieved. However, the grandmother immediately suddenly becomes worried and confused. She asks the kids why they came back to the dangerous village instead of escaping with everyone else. She also explains something important. The monster they just defeated was only a baby creature. Compared to the large adult monster that is currently attacking the area, that creature was nothing more than a small larva. Suddenly, a confident voice interrupts the tense conversation.
And that's it for today's recap. If you enjoyed the story and want to see what happens next, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe for more manhwa recaps just like this.